Yeah. I am Chris Poppy Chulo Miller. I'm here with a good one today, man. I'm excited about this one. But before I get started, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Run them joints up because this is going to be like a good interview. I'm excited about this one here. Now, I know him as Quan Mitchell, but you may know him as Q Capone. What you want? My guy Quan since high school. What's good, man?
Yes, sir. What's good with you, bro?
Chilling, man. How you feeling during this pandemic? How you living?
Doing all right, man. I've been working the whole time. I've been essential the whole time.
Essential worker?
Fortunately and unfortunately. No breaks during this.
Yeah. I mean, this it's a good time to still have a job because a lot of people is losing their job,
Yeah.
but it is tiring. So it sounds like you're doing music and working on the side, right? So you hustling for real.
Yeah, bro. Everything I do is my money and my time, bro. I don't care if I make it or not. I'll be 50 and haven't sold a record. If that is the case, and I'll still be making music.
So it sounds like that shit like peacemaker. Like this is just common for you.
Yeah, man, it's my I could never see myself spending money on a therapist. I don't judge people who do that because it's an effective method, but that's my therapy. I got free therapy with writing.
Yeah.
I need that.
Yeah. Like a lot like Charlemagne the God's been coming out about a lot of black men. Even G Herbo been coming out with like black men.
Yeah,
They don't know like that they have these mental disorders and stuff like that. And we're taught to not really go down that route, that therapy route is kind of weird or it's kind of funny. So I'm with you on not going. Like I don't go or anything like that. But I feel like sometimes I probably need to go see one myself.
we all do, man. We all got PTSD without even being diagnosed with it, bro. You got that melanin, you got PTSD, and you don't even know it.
Now, for those who aren't on game, who is Q Capone?
Q Capone, just a regular dude, man, trying to be a good man, a good father, and just show everybody that I got these bars for days. I'm very versatile. I can make I can make hip hop music to appeal to any hip hop audience. Everything I rap about is true to me. You know, I just love it, man. I love it. I'm a student of it. I'm a creator of it. I'm a fan of it.
Yeah. Does the Q Capone mean anything for you specifically? Like how'd you come up with that name?
Well, back in about 2013, because when I first started wanting to record, I always been writing since I was about 14. But I was just Young Q when I was younger. 14, simple name, Young Q. And I was really gonna go by that. And then um I wanted a name with meaning that didn't sound so typical. And then back in 2013, after we graduated,
Mm.
me and Mitri um wanted to form like a music a musical mafia type. We wanted to be like this musical brotherhood mafia type thing.
Mm.
So everybody had wanted to make up their own mafia names, music mafia names, not
Yeah.
off no thug stuff. Just it was like strictly like a musical mafia type
Mm-hmm.
vibe. So he wanted to be Mitri Corleone, and he has a reason for why he chose that name. I chose Q Capone because Al Capone, he
Yeah.
was a notorious smuggler.
Yeah.
He got it off any which way,
Yeah.
and with these lyrics, with my vocabulary, the lyrics, any beat, I can smuggle these lyrics in any which way, bro. I
Mm.
could I could get my lyrics off in any which way. I could say whatever I want. I might not be able to, like you said, black men, we can't always say what's on our mind,
Yeah.
you know, and articulate it whenever we want to. But I can do that any given time about any given thing with this music.
Yeah.
And that's why it's Q Capone.
That's
Q for
right.
Quan, Capone for Al Capone.
Nah,
I'm
that's touching.
I'm the hip hop version of Al Capone.
Ooh.
So my name is
Tough.
metaphor if you really want to get that deep.
Nah, I like that. I like that. My uncle, he used to go. His name is Alan, but he used to go by that as well. For whatever reason, Al Capone. He used to go by that.
Yeah.
Nah, that's cool. Whenever I hear people refer to themselves as Capone, I always ask that if they go off of Al Capone. So that's pretty cool that you mentioned that though.
Yeah, some people's reason is probably off some tough stuff, wanting to
Yeah,
look tough. That's not always the case, but some people probably use it for that because of the reputation Al Capone has.
yeah,
But
exactly.
I find I could take the meaning of something and find my own meaning for it.
Hmm. That's what makes each individual special. That's pretty dope. Now, we created our bond or our friendship through basketball, right?
Yes,
Now,
sir.
you know, we grew up hooping, but in your lyrics, besides in like light flex, you mentioned you have a little mention of LeBron James, but you're not an artist or a lyricist who actually strictly talks about hooping at all.
Yeah, because that was you may hear me throw metaphors or similes that include like football players or basketball players
Yeah,
or stuff like that, but the high school basketball experience, I'm glad I went through it and I wish I could go back to it, but at the same time it's something that I don't like to revisit in my mind
yeah,
because it didn't go my way.
yeah,
uh 20% of it was my fault, 80% of it was the organization's, the program's fault. I don't like to revisit that, but yeah.
yeah.
I mean, maybe not talking about it, maybe in the future, that could be material for like, a project or something.
Hmm.
But I try to stay away from that. I'm still a fan of basketball.
That's when you can like kind of somebody has balls if they spent their whole life in this one facet of life in our case playing basketball, but none of your lyrics display that. Like you wouldn't know that you grew up playing basketball as much as you did with
Yep.
listening to your
Yeah.
music.
It's crazy you say that. I never thought about that. And yeah, you actually right, man. Even in my unreleased music, there's not one reference of me saying like blah 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 blah. Q Capone used to hoop. I don't got no lyrics like that reflect that. You right. That's crazy, man. I
So
just I just like what the explanation I gave you, that was just me freestyling. Maybe why I don't have those
yeah,
bars.
yeah. So you were rapping in high school, but when or how did you realize that this rap game, this dream is probably a calling for you? Because you've been applying pressure this year.
Well, as a kid, bro, I was a old soul, and I would be in the car listening to all that '90s stuff my parents listened to, and I
Mm,
was always fascinated with how these people are rhyming, but they're telling a story, and it's like they're not running out of words, they're not sounding repetitive, and they make me feel everything that, like, as a young kid, I always felt that. Then in the preteen years, it got to, you know what, Bow Wow and all these, like, they young,
mm-hmm,
they can do it. I'm like, yo, I love it enough. I got a vocabulary for my age.
mm-hmm.
Let me try to do it. I would write stuff on the low, on index cards, and try to hide them and rap it to myself. Never to a beat, but then when I was about 14, when Lil Wayne did his thing with the Carter 2 and then dedication and all that,
Yeah,
I was like, yo, I got I gotta try to do this. I was still in kind of like, hiding with it. And
yeah,
then when I was about 14, after the Carter 3 came out, and then Kanye, was doing this thing, I was like, yo, like I was falling more and more in love,
yeah,
with the craft. So then I started writing, and then my mom found out. She found something. She made me spit it to her. I was like, oh man. I was trying to hide it. She kind of walked in on me. I was probably like 14, 15. I was like, damn, man. So she made me rap it. I put on the beat. It was a Far Side beat. It was an old school beat, and I rapped the verse to it. And like her mouth was dropped wide open. I thought I was garbage. She was like, "I'm calling your uncle." So she called my uncle over. She said, "Spit that same thing to him." So she still hasn't told me if it was good or not. So he came over. So I take him in the room, put the beat on YouTube. I start rapping, and he's like, "Yo, this is crazy." He said, "Yo, you gotta record. You gotta keep writing. You can't just hide. How long have you been doing this?" I said, "For a couple years, but I just don't say nothing because I don't know if I'm good or not." You know.
Yeah.
Still took me a couple years to record after that, and then when I met Japel.
Mm-hmm.
I met Japel when we were like, what, 16, 17? And that was the first time I ever thought about recording.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to break the ice with that. And after I recorded and heard my voice, because at first you hate your voice.
Yeah, fact.
I kind of zoned out while the first thing I ever recorded, while it was playing, I kind of zoned out.
Yeah.
And became a fan for a little bit. Like not a fan of myself, but just a beat on and somebody rapping. I was like, and I started realizing, oh, yo, this is my verse.
Yeah.
I heard myself riding the beat, and I was like, yo, I got to keep doing this. Then when Kendrick Lamar came out, before Good Kid, Mad City, before anybody knew who he was, I found out who he was because of Nigel.
Oh, yeah.
I couldn't believe. Huh?
That was that Cali Connect.
Yeah, man, I couldn't believe that there was a West Coast dude that don't got the typical corny beats that's just killing these syllables. And he showed me, because I just had like an ABC flow. ABC. Well, people say I used to get it off back then, but I feel like it was ABC, knick-knack, paddywhack. Yeah. When I heard him, that made me not want to mimic him, but in my own way, use as many syllables as I could to further my ability to tell you my story and paint my picture. Mm-hmm. And like just being a fan of hip-hop and the whole art of lyricism and making bars connect to where, like, I treat my songs like an essay, like how they make you do it in school. You got to have your intro and your thesis. You got to have your body paragraphs. That's my verses. My intro, my thesis, that's my hook. And I ain't gonna lie, English class in school helped me become a better writer, a better rapper, bro.
Really?
But yeah, I'm telling you, I never tell anybody that, but I think about it all the time. Like, man, if I didn't write all of those essays and all those vocabulary quizzes and all that, and bro, I'd probably be an average rapper.
You know, that's crazy that you say that because initially I went into writing for newspapers and stuff coming out of school. And growing up, I used to hate writing papers. So like when we had to write essays and stuff like that, I used to hate it. But as I got older and I started to have the freedom on writing whatever I wanted to write about, that's when I started to like writing. And I was like, oh, this isn't too bad. But in terms of like English class, I despised it. I hated that joint.
Because you feel like you're being forced to do it. When you're doing it on your own and you latch on to something that really hits you here, and you're not even realizing you're writing because it don't feel like an assignment. It's like it becomes a passion then.
Exactly.
I still never answered your question though about how did I realize it was my calling. I said all that to let you know when I started doing it and I started being impressed with myself. That's when I realized, yo, I gotta do this. When I started listening to stuff that was in circulation on the radio, and not to be cocky, I'm not a cocky person at all. But when I started realizing this stuff is not better than my stuff, that's when I realized I gotta do this. I gotta flood the world with Capone as much as I can.
And so, like with that, like I know you've been through like some things in your life. I don't want to like touch base on it, but like even so much as like your accident, for example. At that point, because there was a time for me, like somebody put out a gun on me last year, and that's when I kind of realized like I'm probably here for a reason. Like,
I'm sorry to hear that, bro. I never knew that. Damn.
Nah, it's cool. Up, bro. Yeah, I got set up, but it's cool. It's cool. So look. That's when I realized that I'm probably here for a reason. Like like 50 Cent, like he got hit like I got hit, but he
Yeah,
ain't breathing.
yeah.
So that's when I realized I'm probably here for a reason. Was your experience, is that like something that made you realize like I'm probably here for a reason?
Yeah, because my child, before any of y'all met me, anybody that lived in you know how I was just that new kid
Yeah,
in Spotsylvania, Fredericksburg.
yeah,
Before that, I had seen so much stuff, man. So moving to an area like that was a culture shock to me.
yeah,
Me and one of two black people in my classes, and basically what I seen on Disney Channel is basically what I started to see when I went to Cortland and stuff.
yeah,
The I'm because I was always in hoods where it was and like hood ghetto type areas where it was the opposite.
yeah,
It was more black people than anything, and I felt like an outcast when I was out in that area. But yeah, I saw a lot of stuff that a kid isn't supposed to see time and time again. But I still had that innocence of a kid where it's like if you take another kid, because 9 times out of 10, if these kids get exposed to the stuff that I saw, 9 times out of 10, they'll grow up to be a gangster, and it ain't their fault. It's just the stuff that they saw. You know what I'm saying? They'll be going in and out of jail. Everyone in my family, every male in my in my family,
mm-hmm.
every adult male figure in my family as a kid saw some jail time. You know, I was 9 years old walking to school. Other 9-year olds have cigarettes in their mouth. Um, 10 years old walking to school in Richmond. I rode my bike into the middle of a drive-by. You know, being in Baltimore with my pops and people trying to rob my dad in front of me and my mama. My dad having to shoot at people to keep us. My dad ain't no thug. But he had to do what he had to do to protect us. Just seeing stuff like that from the age of 4 all the way up into probably like 14 when I moved out there to Spotsy, to an area where, you know, you still see stuff, but it's not that profound.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing all that stuff and still getting A's and B's every grade that I go to, and being a good role model to my little brothers, and my dad always telling me, not even understanding why my dad and mom keep telling me, I'm proud of you, when I'm just doing what a kid is supposed to do. And then growing up and seeing how people in your peer group turn out,
Yeah,
and you, damn, maybe I am supposed to be here.
yeah,
And then, you know, just being in situations where you know better.
uh-huh.
When you get older, you seen all this stuff. You're like, well, my dad did this. Let me do that.
Yeah.
You almost getting in trouble and then not knowing how the hell you did not get in trouble. Stuff like that too.
Facts, facts. So now you mentioned Lil Wayne, you mentioned Kanye West, you mentioned Kendrick Lamar. Would you say those are your only, or like, are those your top three musical influence, or is there somebody else that you're like, yo, like this is that dude right here?
I got a melting man, and it's like my hip hop taste is like a melting pot. So I would spend an hour telling you all my influences,
Yeah.
but personal to me,
Uh-huh.
to my adolescence, up into adulthood, from chronological order, Lil Wayne, Kanye, Kendrick, all personal to me.
Mm-hmm.
My my taste and development as a fan and my development as an artist,
Mm-hmm.
I gotta pay that to Lil Wayne, Kanye, and Kendrick in that order. But before I even was able to understand the stuff that those three people were saying,
Uh-huh.
you got Wu-Tang, Goody Mob, Camp Low, all that 90s stuff really spoke to me as
Uh-huh.
a kid. Just the Biggie, Talib Kweli, Mos Def, like all that New York stuff from the 90s
Yeah.
really made me like damn. So then I thought those were the only guys that could be lyrical when I was a kid. I was a kid thinking like this. I was like, damn, these New York dudes really, damn. But then when I started seeing people in different regions doing the same thing that these New York dudes are doing,
Yeah.
well, what I mean by that is getting it off lyrically, but they doing it in their own way. I'm like, yo, nobody in Virginia does this though. Or the people who do make it in Virginia don't look back or to put on for Virginia.
Yeah. I mean,
So just
well, if you're talking strictly rappers, yeah. Well, Pusha T, do.
yeah. But you don't see like a mass putting on for Virginia. You don't see people in song VA where you VA. Yeah, you don't two up, two down. You don't be,
Chris Brown used to do that heavy. He
yeah,
rap.
he used to, but I don't know, man. Basically,
I know.
instead of complaining about it, I gotta be that guy.
I feel you.
I gotta be that guy. I just gotta get a following first. Then I'm gonna start yelling VA.
But now I could hear the Kanye West and the Kendrick. I could hear that in your music because, like, your music is touching. Your music, like, you could tell like you've been through something in your music. Like, I could hear it through the speaker. They're like, damn, Quan has seen some stuff.
Yeah, man. Like dealing with, you know, fake people, and that sounds cliche, but I have a problem with trusting too easily. That's not the case anymore.
Yeah.
Trusting people too easily at an early age and getting stabbed in the back time and time again, just because I'm a genuine person that wants to help people all the time.
Yeah.
Stabbed in the back time and time again kind of turned me into somebody with trust issues that doesn't really, I don't really deal with people that much no more, man. I'm not antisocial or anything, never have been. I just don't like dealing with people no more because I feel like as soon as I let somebody in my life, whether it's just a simple friendship or I just feel like I'm subject to being taken advantage of just because of the person I am. I'm selfish to myself. Like, you know. So a lot of the situations I've been in have just been like being stabbed in the back. And it sounds cliche, but and I don't want to make it seem like I'm this self-righteous person that's never done wrong, because we all do wrong. But yeah, man, like, so a lot of the stuff you hear, when you hear a lot of stuff in my lyrics about fake people, haters and stuff. Yeah, you know, that's just basic stuff. But
And we all experience it. Like, I've endured my fair share of fake people and things like that. So, like, with me, I grew up like I kind of brought this along myself. I didn't really trust people, even being done wrong or whatever. I always had it out that like I didn't trust people from the very beginning. I don't know how. I don't know if like that was something that was taught to me, but even like something so small as like allowing people to come to my crib. I didn't allow people to come to my crib.
Yeah.
I always felt like there was a scenario where people can change you in a heartbeat. And it became true to me when Sean Taylor died, when Sean Taylor got killed, because word is that,
Redskins?
huh?
Talking about Sean Taylor from the Redskins?
Yeah, word is that the people that killed him were the people that knew his sister. But even before that, I didn't like people to come to my crib because I didn't want people to see how I lived. I didn't want people to see like know where my parents sleep or know where I sleep, because if something go bad, now they got a free entry gate to where I live, and I didn't know that. So and then that became true when I saw how Sean Taylor died. I was like, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I'm glad I brought myself up like this, because you never know what somebody's intentions are. And then there's a lot of envious and jealousy in the world.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, like when I tell my pops is a lawyer, my mom's a dentist manager, they like, one, they think I get it off a silver spoon, and I don't. They think I'm living this lavish lifestyle, and I don't. I don't have that. They think I'm rich and famous, or not famous, but rich and like living like this lifestyle, and I'm not. Or they come to the crib and see I got nice things, but that presents like jealousy and envy. So it's
Yeah.
like, I don't even really want that. Like I don't want you to see how I live. So I don't even like really, even to the point where I just got, like I mentioned, I got set up. That was by somebody that I was like cool with. So I mean, it's hard to like really trust. So I can feel you on that.
And stuff. You don't want to just dap any old body up after something like that, man.
Yeah.
And I've let people in my crib that then called my mom, called me their brother. I
Yeah.
done snuck them in the house when they got kicked out their crib so they could have a place to stay. And then that same person turn around and go and make out with my girl at the time. Stuff like that time and time again. Then you start wondering as stuff keeps happening, like, yo, why me? Like, I'm a solid dude. I don't screw nobody over, but I keep getting screwed over. It makes it turns you into somebody that don't even want to deal with people and not even trust anybody.
Exactly. Exactly. So now a lot of your songs, like you got some, look, a lot of your songs like What's Poppin', Even Run Up, you got a lot of upbeat in there, a lot of upbeat, fast tempo in your songs, right? But with Insomniac, you kind of slow it down a little bit. You mentioned it kind of is like you're chasing a dream. You're chasing this goal, this dream that you have. What inspired Insomniac?
I wrote inside. It's funny that you asked me that because I just released Insomniac to the public a couple months ago, I would say.
Yeah.
And I wrote that back in 2013.
For
I
real?
wrote I wrote the hook in 2013 because I knew I loved the beat.
Yeah.
And that's what the F sleep, I'm in Insomniac.
Yeah.
Um
Sleep is the cousin of death. That's like some Nas.
yeah, my boy said that. But my chorus, that's just what the beat made me feel. The beat made me feel like I should say that. It's just, I know it sounds weird and simple, but when I listen to the beat, if I don't instantly think about like bars like that would go to a verse,
Yeah.
I try to see what I could come up with for the hook. And I'll freestyle the hook in my head because the beat is telling me what to say on the hook. I listen to the beat and I'm telling you, it sounds weird. The beat, the sounds and instruments in the beat on the hook part speaks to me and tells me what to say on the hook, bro. So I'll do that, put it in the pocket. If I can't come up with nothing, I couldn't come up with anything on the verse.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was at work when I was working as a janitor at the mall.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't sleeping like that. I was working 2 jobs at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I was working at the grocery store and at the mall. And I was tired all the time. And I was up all night, even after getting off of work. And that's really how like I came up with the topic. You know, I was like, you know what? I never sleep, I'm never tired, but I'm doing stuff for myself. I'm 19 at the time. I'm 19. I don't ask anybody for anything. I take care of my own stuff. I don't need sleep. I don't need sleep. So that's how I came with fuck sleep, nigga. I'm in insomnia.
Yeah.
But the verse, I ended up writing the verse in my head while I was wiping tables. Like you said, it sounds like you chasing a dream type stuff in that song.
Yeah.
I was writing in my head. I was writing the lyrics in my head as I'm sweeping the floors and wiping the trays and stuff, thinking about, yo, I gotta get out of this, man.
Yeah.
I gotta get 9 to 5 life. I need to get paid for my lyrics. And then the rest of the lyrics for that song just came naturally, just like that. Just dreaming, like you said,
Yeah.
and wanting to push and grind hard to get yourself out of a 9 to 5 situation. But we all got to do that, man.
I feel it. Yeah. My little motto I've been going by this year is chasing the dream, and I got the little star chasing it. So I can
Yeah.
definitely understand and feel that. Now you talk about like your stories often sound or often are real life experiences, such as guys like Jay-Z. But even with your new single that you put out, the Light Flex, you mentioned, you just spoke upon you being a janitor. You mentioned, how somebody would talk down on you from being a janitor, and now you've kind of uprisen, and now they're on the down pedestal going down, and now they're in the spot that you were in. So like these different experiences that you talk about in your lyrics, like to have these real true stories, those are very, inspiring. And then I like when they flex. I like when you flex your muscles. Let them know like you can't stay humble all the time.
Yeah, that's a problem of mine, is being overly humble, man.
Uh-huh.
Not talking my ish.
There's this character, this creator that you just came up with recently.
Oh man.
There have been comedians that often come up with other characters in order to display their I guess their versatility within acting and things like that. Where did you come up with this idea of Thaddeus from?
Okay, so Thaddeus has been a character in my head, man, since I was a teenager, but his name wasn't Thaddeus. He just didn't have a name. He was somebody that in class, when you got to read out loud, I would use that voice and act like that in school, or, you know what I'm saying, make girls laugh like that. And people would always tell me, yo, you got to do something with, like when Vine came out,
Yeah.
yo, you got to do something on Vine. You got to do something on YouTube. And it's just naturally me. So I ain't even think about it. But now that, it's really hard to get noticed with your music and all that.
Yeah.
And, they say you need gimmicks to, like, being gimmicky is an easy way,
Yeah.
to move up. I'm not no gimmicky person. I'd rather people notice me for my talents. But what I can do that's not gimmicky, but different, is use my sense of humor and actually name this person that I would tap into.
Yeah.
And it's not an alter ego. I say it's just Q Capone's biggest fan. So you might see him do something goofy. You might see a little skit of him try to get people hip to Q Capone, because as an upcoming artist, people not just biting on to you. You don't have followers and stuff like that. So now it's a content-driven industry. All the industries is content driven. If you don't have multiple content, numerous amount of content, people not gonna be tempted to click. Like people might see 2 videos and I'm gonna go to the guy that's actually working, that's got more content. So maybe if I make people laugh, because that's natural. Rapping and being funny is natural to me. But if I could just use I can't just use one talent and expect people to, instantly. I gotta help people. Thaddeus is gonna help people lead. It's gonna help lead people to Q Capone's music.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it, because you gotta do something that stands out. So like even the baby, when he came out, he used to wear a diaper.
The diaper, yeah.
That helped him stand out. So this Thaddeus character would help you stand out amongst every, Tom, Dick, and Harry that are still trying to get the rap industry as well. So that's a pretty good way to look at it.
Thaddeus got some more skits, man. It's just they're not edited all the way yet, but he got some stuff on the way too. Q Capone ain't working by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Q Capone don't even know who Thaddeus is for real right now. He's still trying to figure him out.
Oh, Q Capone don't know Thaddeus know Q Capone though?
That Q Capone is just a regular dude who's humble, who knows he's nice, but can't fathom the fact that I have a diehard fan. It's just not real to me because I'm nobody.
Yeah.
I'm trying to make it, and this dude's sweating me, knowing all my lyrics and stuff. He won't get off me. That's basically the whole premise of it. I'm gonna try to push it as much as I can, and even add other additional characters to help Thaddeus.
Nah, that's valid. That's dope. I like that. Is Thaddeus from the same place that you are from? Is he from Virginia as well?
Well, you know what? Yeah, Thaddeus is from Virginia. But we don't know where Thaddeus is from in Virginia. All we know is Thaddeus is everywhere Q Capone is somehow. Q Capone may come to his people's crib to chill, and Thaddeus will be there. And Q Capone's peoples will be acting normal like they know Thaddeus. And Q Capone's just confused, like, okay, how come this dude's following me? Nobody's reacting to this. Okay, you're gonna see some weird stuff.
I saw that on the couch, the home couch skit, where you're on the couch and Thaddeus comes down the stairs to come talk to Capone.
Yeah. Hey, if you saw that video towards the end of it, it's like a little glitch in the. We still getting stuff together. My video guy, he's working hard. You know, E-Man. You know, Emmanuel Darrell.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you remember. You remember because freshman year, he was playing ball with us. Me and him was the new kid at the same time. Freshman year, he was the tall, lanky, skinny black dude, light skinned dude from Michigan. Oh man, I would have to show you a picture.
Yeah, as I got older, I learned just to know people's faces. I don't really remember.
Yeah, if I show you his face, you will remember, bro. Most definitely. But he's my video guy. He's working, man. He's doing his thing, man. Yeah. He's driving all up and down the East Coast getting work. But anyway, he's got a little glitch because that keyframing thing he did, where it's like two of me at the same time, it's not as easy as it looks. So that's why you see little glitches in the video frame. But we working on that stuff, man. That's why it's only like 2 or 3 Thaddeus skits out right now. But we about to keep them rolling, man. We about to get that stuff chopped up and ready to go.
Now, your music is fire. I'm a big supporter of you, not just because you're my guy. Like, your music, you actually got some content with it.
But much appreciated, man.
No doubt, no doubt. But you've been having a lot of singles this year. When are we going to get like a project, an album, EP? When's that coming?
So these songs right here, except for the What's Poppin' freestyle, are gonna be on the EP. Yeah, I'm thinking about it's either gonna be a 7 or 8 track EP. I wanna have it finished by New Year. If not New Year's, sometime within that first week of January.
So first week of January, around New Year's, we can expect some good music from Q Capone. Yeah. I can't wait, man. I'm gonna be tuning in. Definitely send me that joint. I'll be able to, post it. I appreciate you for joining on with me today, man. It's been a blessing and an honor to be able to interview you for your first interview. So that was pretty dope.
Yes, sir. Likewise, man. Appreciate the opportunity, man.
No doubt. Before you go, let them know where they can follow you at. Let them know where they can get your music at and all that.
Follow me on IG at Q_Capone_ Q.Capone on YouTube. That's my YouTube channel. You gotta make sure you put the dot. I'm not in the algorithms yet. I'm still trying to get my name up. But yeah, that's IG Q_Capone_ and then Q.Capone on YouTube. And then I got a couple tracks on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, TikTok, Instagram stories, and Facebook stories. I got the 2 singles, Run Up and Light Flex. That's on all of those platforms. Just type in Q.Capone.
SoundCloud?
Yeah, damn, forgot about SoundCloud, man. I got to get more active on that too. But yeah, SoundCloud, Q.Capone. Q.Capone. Look for that that iced out Q Capone logo.
Yeah.
With the big skull cap.
From the artist that done seen it all. Nah, that was dope. So I am Chris Poppy Chulo Miller. Go ahead and follow me as well. Follow me on my Instagram. That's Chris_Miller__. And then on Twitter, that's Chris_Miller05. I just dropped a new podcast. Go check that out too. I'm gonna have that in the description below. So make sure you tune into that. I'm with my guy Zeke, or he's now going by Christopher Carpenter. That's taking a little bit of time to get used to. I used to call him Zeke.
He used to hate that. He
I know. Right?
Somebody to call him that.
I know. He getting older, getting wiser.
Yeah, that's funny, man.
But check that out.
I also want to say, man, keep this thing going, man. You got a good platform right here. You're doing your thing, man. This dude know what he's doing. Tune into this dude, man.
I appreciate that, man. Good looks. I'm Chris Poppy Chulo Miller. I'm out.
Yes, sir.